Hey you guys, welcome back to another video. It has just been released. We're going to look at the couples from Married at First Sight season number 15 coming out of San Diego. Oh my God, we're not even done with season 14 in Boston. It's been a long 5.5 months. But as we know, the season is at the reunion part 2 tonight, so we have to stay tuned for that. So I want to hit you guys with any updates that I receive, and shout out to People Magazine and Kinetic Content for introducing us to Married at First Sight season 15 first look, where we're going to get to meet the new couples. And I guess we're going to have to wait and watch and see if this is going to be lasting love for this new season of couples. But before we jump into this, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications. If you like the video, smash the like button and drop a comment down in the comment section below. So I'm not going to waste any more time here with this intro. Let's go ahead and jump into this video and meet these couples. So we actually have a surprise this season with Dr. Viviana leaving the show. We actually have, who will be joining us this season as an expert, Devon Franklin. And as we know, Devon Franklin is not only a Hollywood producer, but he's also a New York Times best-selling author and an advisor when it comes to relationships. And guess what? We have a fourth expert, and that is Dr. Pia Hollick. Now, she's a renowned psychotherapist who specializes in sex and couples therapy. And as we know, as I stated before, Dr. Viviana will not be back next season as she has other projects. So, let us talk about these couples. So our first couple is Lindsey and Miguel. Lindsey's 29 and she is a doctor of physical therapy. And Miguel, who's 35, is an associate medical director. So it seemed like they're equally matched there. Lindsey grew up in Olympia, Washington. She has had 2 serious relationships, one where she was actually engaged. She's been single for about 2 years now, and she is looking to find her new husband and maybe a love of a lifetime. Now, as for Miguel, he is originally from Manhattan, New York. He relocated to Puerto Rico when he was 10 following his parents' divorce, and he considers himself as a serial monogamist. So he's definitely, by being a monogamist, hopefully we'll see if he is all in when it comes to Lindsey. They seem to be equally matched when it comes to their careers. And she's been engaged once. So it looks like she, is also in the position where she's definitely looking to get married. Now, I don't know how that engagement ends, which we'll probably get details. Being single for 2 years, not that bad. But, yeah, I don't know. It sounds like these two might be a good match, but we'll have to see. So let's move on to our next couple. Next, we have Kristin and Mitch. Now, Kristin is 32. She's a sales rep, while Mitch is 41, and he is an environmental policy advocate. Now, Kristin was born in and raised in Virginia Beach. She's very close with her family. She's also dreamed of having kids one day and starting a family of her own. Kristin has been engaged previously 4 years ago, and she almost got married. But since then, she struggled to find any good or genuine connections. Now, as for Mitch, he grew up in Los Angeles and was only 3 years old when his parents divorced. His parents' relationship has had a huge impact on how he views relationships, marriage, and love, and he is terrified of repeating their mistakes. In regards to his past, Mitch hasn't been one for long-term relationships, but is hoping that Married at First Sight will change that. So I'm not sure about this one just from what they say. I mean, she's obviously looking for a family and kids of her own, and she's been engaged, almost married. However, he hasn't been the type of guy who wanted long-term relationships, or it wasn't for him. So I'm wondering if, he wants the show to change that. That's something that he's going to have to change within himself. So we'll see how those two work out together. Let's move on to our third couple. Next up, we have Alexis and Justin. Alexis is 29. She works as a logistics specialist. And Justin, he's 33, and he's a digital marketing specialist. Now, with Alexis, she's originally from New Jersey. She has been proposed to 3 times. Now, although she claims she knows what love is, she has yet to find her person, and she refuses to settle. Justin was raised in Mobile, Alabama, by a single mom. He considers himself a lifelong optimist and is ready to be the best husband possible. So, look like it seems that him and his optimism, he wants to be a husband. It looked like he thinks that he's ready. As for her, she's been proposed to 3 times, and out of the 3 times, even though we don't know what the situation is, she hasn't been able to find her person yet and be able to, as she stated, she refuses to settle. So I don't know how this is going to work. And hopefully this time around she finds that Justin is her guy. And as for Justin, he's optimistic. So I'm assuming that he wants and is ready to be a husband, as stated here. So I don't know. I'm up in the air 50-50 with this one, but we'll have to see. Next up, we have Stasia, and I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Stasia and Nate. So Stasia is 37. She's an accountant. And Nate is 34. He's a day trader. They consider, according to what it says here, Stasia is unconventional. She was born in Linwood, California, to a young single mom. Her grandmom stepped in to raise her and loved her unconditionally. Stasia refuses to settle and has been ready for marriage for quite some time. But she is admittedly extremely picky and has high standards. Now, Nate, he's originally from Las Vegas. He grew up with a single father and has always felt that his purpose in life is to find love and build an empire with a wife and a family. Although he enjoys his career, he's been struggling to find a partner to match his ambition and his ambitious mindset. So it looks like with him, from what it says so far, he's looking ready to find love. He's a day trader, so obviously he's probably into crypto or something like that, or stocks. And he's ready to build an empire. So he wants a wife that's also ambitious, and he wants somebody to match that ambitious mindset. As for Stasia, even though, she's been ready for marriage for some time, she's extremely picky and has high standards. So I'm wondering if Nate is that guy that's going to meet these standards that she has, or if maybe there's some adjustments that's going to be needed to be made on both sides, because maybe, what he's looking for and ambition, maybe she's looking for in something else. So we're going to have to see how these two match and whether they can come into the middle and, make it work and see how this can go. But interesting couple to watch. And last but not least, we have Morgan and we have Ben. Morgan is 27. She's a registered nurse, and Ben is 29, and he is an engineer. Morgan was born and raised in Bakersfield, California. Being a nurse, she has definitely become adept to being really flexible and always knowing what to expect, especially to expect the unexpected, which has prepared her for this opportunity on the show of Married at First Sight. Well, we'll see, because a lot of people don't know what they're getting into. And she is also at the point in her life where she's ready to settle down. Ben is a first-generation Asian American. His parents met at a refugee camp in New Orleans. after fleeing away from Vietnam. He says they fell in love at first sight and hopes to one day have a similar bond, or he hopes to have a similar bond with his future wife and children. So, this couple seems like they're both in the same position, financial wise, in their careers. It also seems like she's ready to settle down. His parents fell in love at first sight, and he wants that same thing. So maybe this is something that can happen. So Morgan and Ben, it might look like a possible match, but we'll have to see. Anything is subject to change. The only thing I'm concerned about with her is that she said that she's well prepared for Married at First Sight. I don't think anybody's well prepared for reality TV, in my opinion. Some people have handled it well, especially if they came out as the golden child. But if you're pictured as the villain, be prepared. And hopefully you can deal with it. But I don't know if that's going to be the case with this couple. But we will see. All right, so there you have it. Our 5 couples for Married at First Sight Season 15, San Diego. So the show premieres with a 3-hour episode. 3 hours. Oh my gosh. On July 6th at 8 o'clock Eastern Time on the Lifetime channel. There are, from what I understand, about 4 more episodes after tonight's Part 2 reunion. That's, I guess, related to Season 14, and then it'll blend right into Season 15. So, what do you think about the couples? Do you think they sound like a good match? Do you think they look like they're good together? Also, what do you think about the 2 new experts? So now we went from 3 to 4, and we have somebody that we all pretty much know, and then we also have someone who is also a renowned therapist as well. So I'm looking forward, of course, to seeing what happens with these couples. Hopefully they do something in regards to with having 4 experts, that they're a little bit more hands-on with the couples if they need to deal with any existing issues that happen while they're going through the marriage process or whatever the situation is. We didn't see a lot of that in the last 2 seasons. So I think maybe they're listening to the fans this time and saying that, the show experts need to be a little bit more involved. So why not have 4 now with the 2 veterans and the 2 newbies to see if that make a difference this season. So if I had to pick, it's hard to say. Usually, I can look and say, oh my God, I think that's going to be good. Look like everybody's well established in their careers. Hopefully we don't get another storyline about folks not working and then come to find out they're doing just fine. Hint, hint, wink, wink, Steve. But yeah, seems like everybody's established in their careers. Some folks been married before, many engagements, serial monogamous, picky, high standard. So, that little mixture in itself can definitely go and make a lot of drama. So we'll have to see. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I like to keep you guys updated. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you soon. Bye.